Morning, everybody. What is up, guys? It has been a while since I have done anything car related. Actually, it's been a while since I've uploaded anything, period. And I just wanted to give an update. I think I would like to get back to making videos again. I'm just standing in the shade because I'm roasting. Yeah, so this is just gonna be like a vehicle update, I guess. The Focus is gone. Long story short, I feel like I had done as much as I wanted to do with that car. It didn't make sense to me to dump more money into it. I don't mean this the way it's gonna sound, but to basically have unusable power. It's a front wheel drive car. Yeah, I mean, there's people that know how to drive front wheel drive cars. I'm not one of those people. I'm not looking to make 500 plus horsepower in a front wheel drive Focus ST. I loved that car. Trading that car in was the hardest thing I've ever had to do when it came to a vehicle. I was not excited about it at all. But I knew with the way vehicles are going, V8s, I'm guessing V8s in the next 10 years will stop being made. Ford just did the reveal of the new Mustang. That is the latest V8, and it doesn't seem like anyone else is making them other than luxury brands and Corvette. Obviously, Corvette's got the Z06 that just came out. I don't see them getting rid of the Corvette since their business model is moving more towards high-end stuff. So, with that being said, I'd like to introduce you guys to the newest car on the channel. Bam! It is a 2008 Chevy Silverado. It's a Z71 4x4 5.3 liter. I'm just kidding. We bought that thing. We've had it like 2 years now. Everybody needs a truck. We bought it because everybody needs a truck, and it's nice to have. I'm going to show you what's really replacing the Focus. This is a 2015 Mustang GT. I never really thought I would ever want a Mustang, but all the recent reveals have not been super exciting. The S650, I wasn't a big fan of, and I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of the third gen of this car. I don't like the front end. I like the back better. I don't like the front better. The 2015 is my favorite front end. It just looks more aggressive to me. Like I said, 2015 Mustang GT. It is the non-performance pack. I don't know what those are, but they're gross. They're 18 inches with some rubber band tires. The backs are some Race Star 17-inch, and he has 275s on it with the R888Rs. I bought the car that way. Everything on this car right now is exactly how it came. It has vinyl stripes. I'm assuming he did that. And it has a Roush badge, which I'm kind of confused about because there's nothing else on the car that is Roush. It used to have the actual Roush decal on the windshield, but it was peeling up in some spots. And those of you that know, the Roush decal is like really thin letters. So when it starts to rip, it just looks terrible. Now let's look at the engine. It's a little dirty because I was cutting grass the other day and some of it made it into the garage. So it probably needs a wash. All right, so I don't know what all was done to this car before I got it, and it's almost always a gamble. It does have a Ford Performance intake with, I've never seen this before, with the number taped to it. So I'm pretty sure he had the dealership install this. Because any you know, at-home person is not gonna tape the part number to it. JLT catch can, and which was kind of cool because that's, you know, that's one of the things that I would probably do, but I've never gotten around to doing on any of my other cars. It's sitting on Petter's Coilovers. You can see the top of it there. And I'd stick my phone behind the wheel, but you're not gonna see a whole lot. Anyway, the only other thing that's been done to this car is it does have a Roush, I don't know if it's an axle back or a cat back. Reason I don't know, it has a resonator delete, but the guy didn't do like normal X-pipe or H-pipe that's just, you know, bolt on with the exhaust flanges. He welded it in. And I'm not sure why, because that essentially makes the exhaust one whole piece, and it's a giant pain in the butt. But anywho, it has a Roush exhaust. It sounds really good. We'll start it up again later. Let's look at the inside. The GT Premium. Everybody loves that Ford. Of the justice system. Everybody loves that Ford dinging. So we've got Sync 2. I'd love to upgrade this to Sync 3 at some point. I'm not sure when I'll get around to that. That's not very high on my priority list. It came with a really junky Roush shift knob, so I got a billet work shift knob to replace it because it's a little bit heavier than the Roush one. And it is a 6-speed. I thought about for a really long time going between auto and stick. However, seeing that I like the 2015 better, I kind of wanted a stick because the auto it's still a 6-speed and it's just automatic. So I was like, if I'm gonna get what is essentially a troublesome transmission, apparently, I would rather get a stick, because if I'm gonna replace it with a Tremec, obviously that's gonna be a stick too. I think we're gonna do a backseat delete at some point. I don't know when though. So it's heated and cooled seats, which was one of the things that I was like super bougie about. I was like, I'm not, you know, I'm in a position to get like what I want this time, not, you know, an entry level whatever, which is what the Focus was. It was the lowest package you could get. It's got 40,000 miles on it. It had about 38,200 or 39,200 when I bought it. So not terrible for miles. As far as I can tell, it's never been boosted. Nothing in here has ever been, in the interior has ever been torn apart, I don't think. It doesn't look like it to me anyway. So as far as like dash and everything goes, I don't think this car was driven super hard. That being said, we've already done some stuff to the car, and I'm gonna go into the garage and explain that, and the things coming up. All right, so what we have here is the stock 2-piece that comes in the Mustang. Thought that chair was about to fall. The reason I've already replaced that with a 1-piece from Drive Shaft Shop, an aluminum 1-piece, is because when I got the car, I didn't notice it at first, but it had a noise that sounded almost like a hub or a bearing going out. So I went ahead, I replaced all 4 hubs, all 4 rotors, brake pads, all that good stuff. That scared the crap out of me. It sounded like someone was opening my door from the inside, which really I would have shit myself because I'm the only one home. So I went ahead, put the 1-piece on. The problem with the 1-piece is it's not balanced. It's tolerable up until about 60 miles per hour, and then it becomes noticeable, and then 75 and higher, it's not comfortable. It's terrifying, to be honest. So I take that off, I send it back to Drive Shaft Shop, get them to balance it, or somebody to balance it, which is not that old, so I'm hoping I'll cover shipping or whatever, so I'm hoping that they'll at least balance it for free. The other thing that I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to do, and I'm gonna do this at the same time that I take the drive shaft bag off, is the rear diff. It has really bad howl. Nobody is going to buy a stick shift that's not going to enjoy the car. So I'm fairly certain this car, someone probably tried to drift it. They probably did burnouts that, so the rear end probably took a beating. So what we're gonna have to do, and I've already bought the stuff for it, I'm gonna have to pull the entire diff housing out, because on this car, there's no way to get the diff cover off in a comfortable way that I can see without taking the whole thing out. I'll do a little bit more research before I actually do it, but at least to me, that's what it seems like. So this is what we have coming up soon. And I don't know if I'm gonna do a video on it, because doing a video while you're working on a car is extremely frustrating. So, inch-pound torque wrench from Amazon. Because here's my thoughts. The pinion, it's either the preload on the pinion, the crush sleeve on the pinion, or the pinion bearing and races that have gone out. Which, from all the research I've done, that's basically what it sounds like to a T, because it only really howls on deceleration or letting off the gas. So I'm fairly certain it's one of those things. And the next thing we have is a kit to measure backlash. So that's my other thought, is the backlash isn't correct. Maybe the guy that bought it just didn't know what an incorrect backlash sounds like. I don't know. I'm kind of taking a shot in the dark. But I've narrowed it down to, it is the differential. It's something in the differential that is causing that noise. And the drive shaft is 1000% unbalanced. I drove the car like 2 months ago. I've had the car about 4 months now, and I haven't driven it much. I've been driving the truck just because I don't want to tear it apart any more than it already is. Like, I don't want anything to get any worse. So that'll probably be coming up. I might tear into it this weekend or next weekend. Much that. So we're essentially going to be doing a diff rebuild in the coming weeks, which is terrifying because I have never done one. Yep. Anywho, so I just wanted to give an update. I haven't posted anything in so long. With the Focus, I just kind of, it got to the point where I was kind of over it. So I took advantage of the used car market when it was ridiculous, and it's still a little ridiculous. And I traded that in and got the Mustang. I think I'm just gonna start, I don't have a schedule, I don't have an upload schedule. I've been busy with school, working, so it kind of just videos will come out when they'll come out. I'm also talking to Reese, if anyone remembers from a lot of the older videos. Reese, from when we lived in Augusta, he had the Focus RS. He is building a Supra, so we're gonna try to figure out a way to maybe, if he wants to film it. Like I said, it's really hard to work on a car and want to film it because it's such a pain in the ass. So if he decides to do it and we can figure out a way to get the footage or whatever he wants to do with it, those will come up. If he puts it on his channel, I will link it in the description. If he sends it to me, like I said, it'll either be its own video or I'll just, put it into segments of mine. So, but that's it for now. That car will 1000% be boosted at some point. And it's more just a matter of figuring out what. And right now I'm thinking ESS kit. It's kind of where I'm leaning. So that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one, whenever that is. And yeah, bye.